Radar overlay to improve XD's navigation. The step-by-step introduction of XDs as mandatory equipment aboard vessel began in 2012 and will be completed by 2018. By that time, navigators should be familiar with the fundamental principle for using XDs as a part of an integrated shipboard navigational system and be able to react promptly to system malfunction and or failure. Radar XDs integration technologies include digital NMEA integration and radar processor. The former allow for input of target data into XDs provided the radar has ARPA. The latter allows the analog digital transformation of the video signal from the radar and input of this signal into XDs, as can be seen. The first is due to radar having an antenna pattern with the bigger the antenna physical size, the narrower the pattern, with the typical figure being roughly 1 degree by azimuth. The result is that any object, even a point object such as a buoy, is enlarged by that same value on the screen. For instance, a buoy 1 mile from a radar with a 1 degree antenna pattern seems 30 meters in size on the chart, and the farther from the radar, the bigger it will be. The same cause gives rise to another confusing visual effect. Reflection from a coastline that are generated at sharp angle appear farther from shore than they actually are. Red sector. Coastline reflection generated at near right angle. Such distortion short pulse image of a buoy. The third effect that has now be taken into account is that the coastline reflection does not necessarily come from the coastline itself and therefore might not coincide with the coastline on the chart. This happened because most reflection come from sharp slope or massive on-shore object, while gentle slope produce poor reflection and therefore may be poorly visible. Malfunction in XD's performance. Keeping in mind what we have said about integrating radar and XDs, let how malfunctioning navigational system may affect XD's performance. The most dangerous malfunction are due to cartographic error. Such error result from coast lying beyond the scope of this article. We only presume that cartographic error to happen, so chart shall never be considered absolutely trustworthy. In retrospect, cases were documented of island missing from navigational charts. So the question is whether the navigator is able to determine error of this kind. It is often said that an experienced navigator in a familiar area can easily do so by using their experience in institution. What if they aren't familiar or visibility is poor?